Right, here we are, 14 minutes. I'll give a little try and pan just to show you. I tend to have the water just blipping away like that. It doesn't need to be uncontrollable, splashing all over the place. Just blipping is absolutely fine. Like I say, it doesn't get any higher temperature because you're boiling more vigorously. It just stirs up what's in the pan and generally will cause the potatoes to break up, which we don't necessarily want. So I'm going to take those off. And just kind of to show you, all I'm going to do is take one out and I'm just going to get my little skewer as it is, just a bit off, but don't worry, and that just easily goes through there. That's all we want. So we come into the drain side, which is quite important to be fair, and I'm using a colander, and essentially what we don't want to do is we don't want to break up our cooked potatoes. So you just need to be as gentle as you can. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to tilt it till it starts to pretty much empty what's in there, and just kind of gently just allow them just to drop in. Now, just to say, actually on breaking up, I don't want to destroy the potato, but I don't mind having some rough edges. So you know, like when you get a roast potato and you chuff the edges of the potato up, well, that's kind of the same thing that you do want with your wedges. So with the roast potato, you know that those little fluffy edges are going to give you crispy bits. Well, the same applies to this. They are going to give you crispier bits, so that's fine. But essentially, you're going to have one or two break. It's just inevitable if they're cooked all the way through, unless you take them out one by one, which I've done in the past, to be fair, because I do like things to be right. But sometimes, practically, you can't do that. So all I want to do now for the next stage is to steam these till they cool a little bit. Just going to open this window a touch. So essentially, before I fry, because I'm just going to get these, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer, now they're drained, I'm going to put them on a wire rack, and all that's going to do is allow them to cool quicker and to steam quicker, because at the moment they're all clumped together in one lump. So same thing, I'm just going to let them come across just nice and gentle, just onto there. Like I say, I'm more than happy having potatoes which you've got like a little bit of fluffy edges, because they're going to give me that crunch which we want. But I'm just trying to avoid breaking them up, because what I don't want is all broken wedges. There's, like I say, inevitably there's going to be some. You can't avoid that, because they are all soft now, fully cooked. So you can eat one of those now and it will just be a cooked potato wedge, but it's not fried. So all I'm going to do is just move them around, and that'll be enough. So what we're trying to achieve here is to steam the potatoes, to dry them. So I'm just going to move this back so you can see what I'm doing. So they'll just steam away there and dry. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them into the let's see, I can get myself back on there as well. We're going to right. The choice is this. Now we can either double cook them or we can triple cook them. So that's cooked number one, boiled, cooked all the way through. Now, I can, if I wanted to, once these are steamed and are dry, I can put the fryer up to 180 and I can cook them for about 8 minutes and they'll cook fully through and just brown up. But they won't be overcooked because they're cooked already. You're just going to take them to the point where they're just the right colour for you. Alternatively, we can triple cook them. Now, what triple cook does is that's cook number one. Cook number two, I'm going to set the fryer to 150 degrees and I'm going to cook them at 150 for about 7 minutes. Now, what that actually does is it basically helps to cook the potato, dry it out, but it also gives like some blister marks on the potato itself. So it's not fully cooked yet, but it creates like these little blister marks on the potato. So then, when I've cooked them for 7 minutes at 150, 7 to 8 minutes, I'll take them out and I'll let them just drain off. and then set the fryer then to 180, and then when I'm ready, they'll drop back in and they'll fry for 1 to 2 minutes, and that'll give me, so the 150 won't really colour them. It's cooked them, and it's given a kind of an outer coating on it, but it hasn't crisped them up and coloured them up. But the final 1 to 2 minutes will do that, or take it to the colour that you actually wanted. So the choice, I'm going to just double cook mine today. I'm not going to set it to 150 because it's getting late. But if I wanted to, it would give me a slightly better chip if I triple cooked it. So that's the choice you make. If you haven't got a deep fat fryer, you can do it in a pan. Obviously, what you'll need to do is have a temperature probe to see what your oil temperature. I'm using rapeseed oil in mine, but any neutral type oil, sunflower oil, vegetable oil, whatever will do just fine. I've seen people do it in dripping, whatever fancy you fancy. And there's going to be people out there I know saying, "Oh, well, I would coat mine in flour. I would put polenta on mine. I would do this. I would do that." And I know you can. And if you really want a crispy coating on your wedges, you can coat it like in a type of flour. So when it hits the fryer, it will crisp up even more. So before anyone says, "Yes, I know you can do that," I'm choosing not to, because I'm just going down the route of making a simple potato wedge. So these pretty much as I've spoke, and now to the position where they're dry. What we don't want is to put a wet potato in the fryer, because any moisture that goes into a hot fryer immediately expands, and it'll cause the oil to like bubble up uncontrollably. And if you actually put anything wet in there, it can actually explode, and you really don't want that. And the reason behind that is because when you put water in, it wants to go, because the temperature is 180, that boils at 100 water, and it produces instant steam, which kind of is a lot of force and energy behind that, because it's expanded into steam. So without going into the physics of all of that, just don't put wet things in fryers. Simple as that. So that's, like I say, that's done as I'm speaking. So I'm going to go and get my fryer ready. They're done, and they'll sit there as long as I need them to. And like I say, I'll show you me putting them in the fryer. There's not a lot to it. You'll just see me in there in the cold garage, dropping them in the fryer, and I'll take them out when they're done. But that's your potato wedges, and that's all there is to it, to be fair, which is good, and they're very nice. To say that, but again, what you actually do is you're getting away from that thing where you can actually have a big wedge, which is actually healthier, having a bigger wedge than a smaller, because the surface area of a smaller thing, smaller chips, have more fat content than bigger. But you have the benefit of it already being cooked, so there's no worry about biting into anything that's going to be hard, and that's all there is to it. So potato wedges, they're going to go in there, and we'll say that when I do them and pull them back out. But then I'm making some chicken kebabs, so I'm going to be sorting those out now. But potato wedges prepared, ready, done. Like I say, triple frying, we can do that. 7 minutes at 150. You take them out, up your temperature to 180, and then 1 to 2 minutes to colour up and give you the crispiness. Maris pepper potatoes is the key. They've took a full 14 minutes, just blipping away on there. So just going over again the process, but it's all important. All the little details are the important things that make it right. Just put some salt in the pan is a little detail that adds some more flavour to your potato. So it's just going to give it some more, inherent flavour in the potato itself, without it just being coated on the outside. So all these little things added together make something a bit more special. And usually it is that. It's not just, how would you make something special? Well, you do this one thing. No, sometimes it's just all the little things added together with some love and care, and that's what produces the special result at the end. So that's it for now. I'll drop in the fryer, and we'll come back, and it's getting on. It's my mother-in-law's birthday today, so she's visiting. So I made her some bread, some baguettes. See if we could keep it quiet. It hasn't. But anyway, happy birthday, Vivian, if you're watching. So we'll see you shortly. Bye for now.